if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know this, but for the rest of you, I've been keeping a little secret. Last February, I committed to running a half marathon. And now I'm just a couple weeks away from running through the streets of Walt Disney World as I run my half marathon. I really, I've wanted to share this a few times, and I may have mentioned it briefly here and there, but I've been thinking for a while about doing a video on it, and I can never really quite figure out what I wanted to say or whatever. And now I'm a few weeks away, so I've got to get this out. Half marathon. I am running this on January 12th, and I will be posting pictures on Instagram, so if you don't already follow me over there, be sure to do that. Link will be down below. It's always down in the down bar. So this is kind of a 19 years in the making dream. My husband and I honeymooned there in 2000, and it was marathon weekend. And I was pretty intrigued. I was not a runner at all. I'm not sure I ever ran even a lap around the track in high school. I'm really not sure I ever had. So I was a complete non-runner, and I was pretty impressed. And then a couple years after that, I thought that maybe I'd want to try tackling the marathon for our 5th anniversary. And that was 2002. And then that winter my husband joined the Army, and we had moves and babies and deployments and all those other things that made it difficult for me physically to commit, and I guess you could say I also just didn't have enough motivation at the time either. But it's always kind of been in the back of my mind. And then I turned 40, and I realized that turning 40 was kind of a big point for me. One of those things was, this is going to be now or never, because if I don't commit, I am not going to probably pick it up any later in life. So I planned to do it last year, and then life happened and the marathon was not going to happen. So that was kind of middle of last summer or something, I don't know. And then January came around this year, and I started thinking about it again, and I committed. So I am now, let's see, this past weekend was 4 weeks out. I'm quite terrified. Like I said, I was never a runner. I'm overweight. A total non-runner. I'm slow, and all those things really have me scared. But then I go and have a nice long walk. Honestly, I will not be actually running the entire 13.1 miles. I've had to adjust my expectations. This year my goal is to complete it without getting swept up by the balloon ladies. That means I have to keep ahead of a 16-minute pace. So, depending on the day, I do that. My last long run, I think I finished at 14.5 minutes per mile. So, not bad. And that was an 11-mile run. Yeah, so that's kind of what my news is. I can't say I love running. I enjoy it some days, sometimes more than others. And like I said, I am not a fast runner. I don't really get a runner's high pretty much ever. I do feel a sense of accomplishment some days when I have a really good run. and I can look back on all the miles I've logged this year and see, I feel really accomplished doing that. And that's been important, but I wouldn't call it a runner's high, more like an accomplishment high. That's all I really have to share with you. I just wanted to share the news and love a little encouragement because I am quite nervous for this. And don't forget to watch for details for the upcoming conference that I'm speaking at. I have this one. I have one about my running, from non-runner to half marathoner, what this 42-year-old has learned from a year of running. And then I'm also speaking on one called Save More Money, Waste Less Food, how to do an effective pantry challenge. So those will be included in the conference. Like I said, it's really reasonably priced and you have lifetime access to it, so you don't have to watch it in any short amount of time or anything. I'd love for you to hit subscribe if you are not already a subscriber, and then the links for my Instagram and Facebook, all of those goodies are down below. I will plan to do another update on my run after our trip. It's January 12th, like I said, so it'll be later in January before I get to it, but I do plan to share. If you are on Instagram and you have left comments or hearts or encouragement on my pictures about running, I really appreciate it. I really cannot tell you how much all those little encouragements on Instagram and neighbors have really helped propel me. If you are driving, in your neighborhood and you know that you can tell by someone that they're probably a new runner or a slow runner, really, give them a wave. Those little bits of encouragement really do mean a lot. January 12th, hopefully, I will be completing my first half marathon, and I'm really excited to run through Disney World. If I were running it someplace else, I'm not sure I would have the same motivation to do it. I just love Disney World, and I cannot wait to run down Main Street. The one I'm doing takes us through Main Street. We started Epcot, and we run over to Disney World, kind of in front of the Contemporary, or run over to the Magic Kingdom, past the Contemporary, come back in, or go into the Magic Kingdom, back out, Green Floridian and Polynesian, and then back to Epcot, and then we run through Epcot on the way to the finish line that's just outside of Epcot. So I'm pretty excited. I'm very nervous, and yeah. Well, that's all I've got for today. If you are not already subscribed, I'd love to have you hit subscribe. The links for my Instagram and Facebook are down below as always, as well as my blog. When I have the details for the conference, I will edit to include that down there as well. So, thanks for watching.